Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy, and I'm back. Now today, we're doing a little different style of videos. Well, not really too different, but today we're gonna be ranking every weapon in 2v2 and how good it is in 2v2. All right. I guess I gotta give myself some credibility. Usually I play twos from between like 1700 elo all the way to 2300 every season for fun. I hop on Smurfs a lot because sometimes my main account elo is too high, so I hop on Smurfs. And yeah, I play basically between every rank that somewhat like that where this tier list will matter, you know. I doubt any pro players are gonna be looking at this for tips anyway. So if you're an average player like me, well, not like me, but a little bit worse than me, I guess, this is the perfect tier list for you. There's gonna be like two sides of this. There's gonna be how good something is at team combos and follow-ups, and how good something is as far as, well, explaining the pros and cons to the weapon. All right. So the thing about the team combo is if you play any weapon enough, or if you practice team combos, you'll figure out one with any of these weapons, with any legend. It doesn't matter. You can pretty much find a 0 to death with any legend or weapons, or at least a high damage combos. But off base, like without any practice, that's what I'm going to be ranking them on. All right, so let's get into it. The first weapon we're going to rank is we don't really need D tier. I don't know if I can get rid of this. Yeah. All right, so first weapon we're going to rank is bow. Now here's the thing about bow, right? I think the team combo and ability, and the grading scale is just like this, S, A, B, C, as far as team combo. I think it's a B, right? However, the reason bow is so good in twos, and I'm putting it at B, and the reason it's slept on, and by the way, the better you get, the better this weapon is in twos, the spacing is insane. D-Light covers half the stage, basically, and if you know how to space with your teammate, you're limiting your opponent to even a quarter of a stage. So D-Light is guaranteed. Plus, we all know D-Light has true combos. On some legends, it has sig combos that aren't jumpable. And it's overall just an amazing weapon to control the stage. Secondly, high gimp capability. How many times have you gotten hit by a bow ground pound in orange and died on any map? Yeah, so that's why that's there. But the cons, the follow-ups are weak. Like, no matter what, you could probably sear someone, but it's so fast and it barely does any damage to the point where like your teammate can't really follow up in a 2v2 scenario. In a 2v1 they could, but you have to practice that. And then it takes forever to kill with this weapon. I think D-Light recovery kills at like 170, which is a little bit too late for twos. You want to kill earlier than that, or at least have someone on your team that can kill earlier than that. But overall, it's a good weapon. Combo with the right weapon. So next one we got is orb. Now I'm putting orb above bow for a couple reasons. One, it's okay. First, it's not as good as spacing as bow, right? But the main reason I'm putting it above is that sidelight Sarah is a thing. All right, and the team combo and ability with this weapon is S tier. You can make any combo with this weapon just like you can with sword or spear or even hammer, right, or axe. It's just on par with those weapons. The main con to it though, it just takes a long time to kill, just like bow. Sidelight Sarah I think kills at like 160, 150, something like that on a lot of maps. And it can get repetitive. A lot of times you're just going for Sidelight Sarah, or you're just going for a base Sarah, and occasionally you're dropping down with a dare. It's just too readable, too repetitive. That's why it's not as good as some of the other weapons we're gonna mention. Next weapon we have Scythe. Now Scythe is slept on. Alright, the team combo and ability with this weapon could be S tier if you know how to use it correctly, but since it is kind of hard to react a lot of times, I'm gonna put it at A. However, this weapon is really good at forcing a 1v1. If you catch a dodge, you automatically push your opponent all the way to the left or all the way to the right, away from the stage, and then you can start a team combo right there with your teammate. The main reason it's not higher is that, again, just like these weapons, it takes a while to kill and it's too slow. You know, you just hitting nairs and the sayers is just too slow compared to like hammer, which does that with 3 moves, does the same amount of damage with like 3 moves. So yeah, sorry Scythe. Next we got Greatsword. Greatsword is bottom tier, one because the team combo and ability is also bottom tier. I'll put it as C. It takes a long time to get used to Greatsword in a 2v2 scenario. You have to really practice this weapon to always follow up and always start follow-ups. Good thing about this weapon though is that it has like Jayun, so you could just play sword and only use Greatsword occasionally, but I mean there's no point in running Jayun over like Boba or something. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, this will be a series, so I'm gonna do the legends next, and then I'm gonna do like 5 tips. I think I already did a video like that, but why not do it again? But yeah, this weapon is really good at forcing 1v1s, better than Scythe even. But the problem is, now that it's slower, on miss you're going to get punished. Like, you're going to get punished. There's 2 people who can punish you, you're going to get punished. And then secondly, like I said, team combos are sort of hard, you gotta really practice. Next weapon I'm gonna rank is Lance. Now Lance is weird, right? Lance used to be really good in 2s, but it sort of got its spot taken by Cannon. Now that Cannon is faster by a lot, and also Lance Nair got nerfed, the weapon is sort of, it's not too slow, but it's also not too fast. It has a medium speed, and for a heavy weapon that's just too slow, you know? Like axe and hammer you're killing really fast. Lance, it takes a little while, it takes a couple reads. And Cannon, you can do like 80 damage off 1 dodge read, while Lance, you need like 3 to do 100 or something like that. And it sort of falls in the same point as these. It's just too slow, you know? The only time you're doing good with Lance is when you're saring people over and over, but the better opponent you play, the harder it is for that to happen. And also it leaves you in a lot of recovery frame, so you might get caught in team combos. Next, since we're talking about Cannon, put Cannon A tier. Cannon's follow-ups, right? First of all, Lance's team combo ability, I ain't say that, it's a B, on par with Bow. But Cannon's is 100% A tier, right? Could even be argued for S, but the spacing is a little weird. So, you know, if you're like a plat or something, the spacing may mess you up when you try to do a team combo. You'll have to practice that. But the main pros with this weapon is that when you get 1 dodge read, like I just said, you get so much damage. And it gets, like, it's over and over. You know what I mean? You can do this over and over and over. Now that Sidelight Dare is a thing, you can do this over and over. You have D-Light Nair, true kill combo, D-Light Dare, another true combo that leads into team combos. Neutral Light, can't mention the signatures, but you have Ground Pound, which kills really early. So does Lance Ground Pound. But like I said, this weapon is just better than Lance now in 2s. It's evolved to that point. The main con though is that it gets repetitive like Orb. Like, you know a Cannon player is going to sare you, so you just dodge it. Next weapon we have is guns. I'll put guns above Cannon. And this looks a little weird. Like, I might put Orb up the more this list goes on, but we'll have to see. The thing about guns though, the main pro to guns is that neutral light. You know, the team combo ability with this weapon is like S plus. You can do as many team combos with any weapon you want over and over and over again. It's just too good at team comboing. You know, there's only a few weapons that match up to it. The con though is obviously that these moves that you're throwing out leave you standing still, which is easy punish. It's easily the most punishable weapon on this list that we mentioned so far. Actually, I think in the game it's the most punishable. So you really have to be careful about what you're doing. However, if you just use Sare and follow up off your teammate, this weapon is pretty guaranteed. I mean, that's what Cody Travis does. So yeah. Talk about Spear. Now the reason Spear is S tier is the follow-ups, right? D-Light Sare is a thing, so since it's a thing, this weapon automatically gets an S tier in team combo ability. And overall in neutral is really good. You have Dare and Nair, which means you can just float over people and attack them for trying to attack you. And everything's pretty much guaranteed on Spear. I don't see any flaws really on Spear, aside from the fact that there's like I mean, aside from the fact that you do get caught and hit, like, not hit, some recovery frames, which are, so after you attack, you're standing still for a little while with like sidelight or whatever. But if you can avoid using sidelight all the time, this weapon is pretty broken in twos. Next, we can talk about sword, which is the best weapon. Spoiler, it's the best weapon in twos. Team combo ability is just as good as guns. S tier. In neutral, you have nair, you have sidelight, neutral light, D light. You have anything you want, and everything you do on this weapon can be a team combo. Aside from like recoveries and ground pounds, everything can be a team combo. It's honestly just too good in twos, but it's not a broken weapon, so they won't nerf it or anything. It's just the best twos weapon for sure. Now we have katars. Now katars, I felt weird about katars, right? I was debating between C and B, but katars actually work really well with both of these weapons up here. You have sidelight into D-light Sair, and if you're using a character like Ragnar, you can do N-Sig, and you can get this like unstoppable true combo that like Wing Shield and Pierre used to do. Overall though, team combo ability is like a B, C sometimes if you're really not that good, C, or if you're using the wrong weapons. Like if you pair this weapon with this weapon, Greatsword with katars, it's a C, but Greatsword with, katars with sword is like a B, you know. But that's the problem, like you need a good weapon to pair this with for it to work out correctly, or you have to be really good with katars. So I'm gonna leave it at a B tier for that. The 1v1 though capability of this weapon is super high, and it's really good off stage. Speaking of off stage, we have gauntlets. Now gauntlets, they could be argued for S tier, but in my personal opinion, I think that sword and spear are better options most of the time. However, gauntlets off stage are basically unbeatable. It's the best weapon off stage in any game mode. Don't let anyone tell you different. Gauntlet Sair is the best move in the game by far. So I don't know what I need to explain for it being here. The combo and ability is an A, really an S tier. I'll give it S tier combo ability. Just as good as spear, sword, not as good as guns, but basically as good as everything else. And yeah, you can force 1v1 abilities, you get hella true combos. Honestly, since you get, like, it's so hard to punish this weapon, I'm gonna give it above guns. Guns is too easy to punish. I could push for S tier, but I don't think I am. Axe is really good because of the hitboxes covering the whole screen. Basically, the hitboxes on this weapon, you know, the 360 hitboxes, they cover virtually everything. Axe neutral light is really good, not just for team combos, just for stopping people pushing you. Axe D light is underrated, super good in twos. Sidelight nair, obviously good. Sair, which with both of these weapons, that's what you're gonna deal with axe and hammer. Every heavy weapon, really, you're gonna deal with a lot of Sairs, and they kill really early, pretty hard to avoid. Main cons of this weapon is that it's easy to punish. Once you get a hang of it, it's easy to punish. Yeah, that's about it with axe. Hammer, I want to put it here because I heard this pro player say that hammer is not good, but then I saw Simple and like Heisen do good with it. Plus it's like the best weapon in the game, so I'm giving it above here. Yeah, hammer team combo and ability S. Same thing with axe, S team combo and ability. They both kill so super early. I'm gonna talk about them both together. No, I'm not gonna do that. But both of them, they basically just kill really early. There's no punishment. There's no downside, at least to hammer, for how early it kills. It's super fast, hard to punish. It's basically a heavy weapon. It's basically sword as a heavy weapon. It's yeah, pretty unstoppable. Main pro is everything. Off stage, on stage. Cons, I don't know a con. I really don't know a con to this weapon. Same thing with sword and twos. I don't know cons to these weapons. I guess sword kills later, but I mean, still better. So yeah, both of these best 2v2 weapons by far, which is why Bolivar is super used in twos. Now I think I'm gonna go around editing this list. If you don't agree with this list, make sure you leave it in the comment section. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more, because I am gonna do a legends tier list. It's gonna be faster than this one though, obviously. Let me see if I can change something. I think orb should be A tier. Orb is good. I might even have orb above cannon. Orb is getting really good right now, and like, because people are actually understanding how easy it is to hit sidelight and to hit Sair, and at a higher level it's really easy to follow up off of those moves. So yeah, I'm gonna leave orb there. I guess bow can stay, lance can stay, scythe, guitars, greatsword. Greatsword could be really good if I see some crazy combo come out with Greatsword and like with Boomy and Sandstorm, I'll move Greatsword up like here. But until then, I don't believe in it. Gauntlets could be S tier depending on who you are. Axe could be above spear. Axe could also be A tier depending on who you are. But overall, I like this list. Yeah. So that's gonna be in this video. Like I said, leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe for more. I don't know when it's gonna be uploaded, but when you see it, type F, because I don't know. Yeah, peace out.